Come on, Rick, get ready up. There we go. Welcome to F12, round 13 of the season here at the United States of America. This is Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. Just outside Austin, Texas, actually. I'm not sure of the exact location, but this is, of course, the track introduced 9 years ago on the F1 calendar. I welcome you to PSGL tonight's action here. It's 8 o'clock, 4 minutes past 8 on this fine Thursday evening. I'm your host, Otaku Logan, and with me is... Oh, it was supposed to be David Coulthard, but unfortunately it looks like he's come down with the Rona. I'm very sorry about that. And here are drivers tonight. It is very overcast here, and that is because it is hurricane season, so... Yeah, good luck. And I've accidentally got rid of the thing. That's not good. Let me just get set up. All the drivers making their way out to start their laps. There's Caltez. We've got Heavy T, of course. Alright, can you give me a better view, please? Thank you very much. If you saw last week's shenanigans, you would have noticed that there's a huge change in the championship. Mart Hay was 4th before last week's race. This week, he is leading the championship. He has 91 points to J. Raby's 90 after a phenomenal win ahead of J. Raby himself. Third is AMS with 88, who only managed to finish 8th after a disappointing race and getting a penalty. DBW, who is not racing tonight as he is away to London, lucky him, he finished 6th last time and got the fastest lap. No, so he got 7th, so he did get the fastest lap. I do apologise, he finished 7th with the fastest lap. Drivers are making their way, as I said, onto their laps. First will be Caltez, but he's got a car behind him. He needs to back off soon. And there are the rest of the drivers if you want to take a look at them. Ignore the yellow flags. I'm going to turn chat on. 3 viewers, that's not very promising. Come on guys, do better. I know I'm joking, I don't care what the viewership is. You see Caltez making his way through this very twisty section, very easy to invalidate, but Caltez gets through there very nicely. Let's get onto a lap with... Who should we get on one with? I think we'll get on one with our championship leader, Marte. Comes around the final corner very nicely and then makes his way down to this very hilly Austria-esque corner, which is a left-hander, sorry. A hairpin-like corner, and then he got to make full speed out to turn number 2. And here's where the twisty section comes. 3, 4, 5... and 6 all in succession, and he's got to be very careful. It's not like Suzuka where it's accelerating, braking. It's you have to go through there pretty much simultaneously. So it's very testing on the car, very testing on the tyres. A lot of overheating can happen to your tyres. He comes round the hairpin of turn 11 and he's backed off, so that's the end of his lap. We'll continue with Nurshik at the wheel in the Mercedes. Turn 11, he's oh my goodness me, it never works. Caltez sets the fastest lap. Right, Evil Chris comes down the long straightaway and into turn number 12, and he cuts it very nicely. Goes very wide, but doesn't invalidate the FIA, or actually PSGL, because FIA is not very reliable. Shows that he has not cut the corners. He's made his way through turns 12 through 15, now 16, 17 and 18. This is all pretty much one turn, kind of like Istanbul's turn 8, and then out of turn 19, and he has not really made a great deal of that, and turn 20 for turn DRS, the final turn, and crossing the line, a third place time of 1:32.19. The top time is 1:32.086. He was the first to set a lap, and he will be still up at the top as Martzhe goes again on soft tyres. As I said, tyres are really thoroughly tested here at America. Of course, the Americans don't want to give us a gimme like they do in NASCAR with all of their oval tracks. Sorry. Makes his way through turn 7 and 8. Careful of Chris there. Oh, and rides the curb a lot. Through turn 9, don't go too wide, you invalidate. Cuts through turn number 10. And now, big braking for turn number 11. And the long DRS straight, the longest straight on this entire circuit. You'll be travelling about 195 miles per hour. So we will turn on the telemetry to prove it. 308, 309, 310, 311, 312. Yeah, that's pretty much 195 miles per hour at best. Makes his way through this. This is the twistiest part of the circuit. It's like Abu Dhabi, but crazier. It makes Abu Dhabi look like Monza. There is an incident. I do believe that's one of the Aston Martins. I think it's Jirabe. It is. He's had a massive spin at turn 18. Turn 19, don't go too wide or that's your invalidated lap. But he's not done that. Final turn now. Nice cut into the apex and out very nicely. Nice exit and crosses the line 5th. So he's nearly 4 attempts down. Jirabe will have to go again. In fact, he's just decided to pit. And he's spun in the pit lane. Well, he's done a Valtteri Bottas in the pit lane. Brilliant. Okay, it wasn't in the actual pit lane, but he's not going to get a grid penalty. That'd be very unfair. Some drivers are on their out lap because they haven't set a lap yet. 6.5 minutes gone, 11.5 to go. Heavy T about to begin a lap. Heavy T was in F10 last season, but because of the massive amount of entries since season 29, he's been dropped down to F12. Which is quite a shame. I was doing F10 last season and he was actually a pretty good driver. He nearly won a race, I think. I think he might have won a race. I'm sure it was Austria. Where he had, I think it was a 5-second penalty for a ghost yellow flag, which was always glitched. Look at that. That's a tense view of the driver gritting their teeth through the disgustingly devilish S's. It's 2 S's in 1. I am sorry if I do stammer a bit. You know, I am quite a new commentator. But you know, at least we have someone to cover, because the old F12 commentator could not be here with us, sadly. I do believe he quit. Unfortunately, I do not know the reason why, and even if I did, I probably won't go into it. Heavy T coming around sector 3, he's got a purple sector 2, but you never know, that could be glitched. Actually, I'm going to turn the tyres off because I think they're very in the way of the driver's view. As Heavy T makes his way around the final corner and sets a 32.662. Good for 6th. Bowers, Nershik, Sarah Karzan all on a lap. Sarah Karzan in the Alpine about to finish a lap. Come on chat, let's hear you. As Sarah Karzan gets tapped. Sarah Karzan is 8th in the championship. He has 2 podiums to his name in Bahrain and the Netherlands, and is looking to add to that here tonight. Nershik coming through turn number, sector number 3 I should say. Nershik is... where is he? He's only got 1 point and that was achieved in Japan. He has been a no-show in 3 races. He just hasn't seemed to have found the pace. But coming to the finish line, he's only 12th, so he will surely have to improve on that. Tambar is the closest to Calces as he goes on another lap here. Getting through the traffic very nicely. Of course, there's going to be a lot of traffic even in these stages, early stages. In fact, all but 2 of the drivers are out on the track. Tambar trying to navigate these S's very nicely. Oh, he's made a mistake at turn number 9, and that will be the end of his gambit there. As I do believe that was Maritz Hay about to head out for another crack at the whip. Maritz Hay went from 4th to 1st, as we said earlier tonight. Missed the first 2 races this season, but since then has been on a real charge. In the past 7 races, he's achieved podiums in 5 of the races. A 3rd in Britain, a win in Austria, 2nd places in Portugal and Canada, and of course last week a win in Mexico. Of course, this is much more technical than others. Remember, of course, we have F13, I think that's just about finished, and of course we have F2 in the PC division, where such talent like John Evans and Tom Martinez and Samuel Bean are dueling it out on the track right there. Same track, of course, as Maritz Hay is about to begin his next hot lap, coming around the first corner. Missed the apex, but I don't think that matters. I think that's a nice navigation of turn number 1 from Maritz Hay, McLaren driver, wearing the number 8. It's a shame you can't choose the number 4, like Lando Norris or Daniel Ricciardo, number 3. I think they should do that in the next F1 game, because after all, what are the chances you're going to be racing against the AI? Very little to none. It's not fun racing the AI online. Oh, Evil Chris smashing the top time out the park. What? Oh! William Verschoor decides, anything you can do, buddy, I can do better. 1:31.819. He is 3/4 of a tenth of a second. A 3/4, 0.075 faster than William. You know what I mean. AMS goes 5th. Let's see what Maritz Hay is up to. Coming around sector 3 now. He's faster in sector 2, of course. Oh, that was close. Out of turn 15, now 16, 17 and 18. As it is starting to get brighter, as it looks like the sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray! Coming around the final corner now, Maritz Hay. And Oive goes 5th. 3 tenths faster. And he should fit one more lap in. Who is coming in the final corner now? It should be AMS, but he's going into the pits. Mark Hanley coming in the final corner, and he does improve, but not in terms of the leaderboard. J. Raby on a lap right now. This is very important. He's still in the title race, and with Davey W, this 4-horse race could be a 3-horse race. No, he's pitted. I think he's not very happy. Oh, he is well away from the time. He wants to set Sobekore on an outlap now. And behind him should be, well, it was Wreck Diver, and the 2 Hasses are pitting as well. So I believe that's everyone done for their run. Volcano is slow, so we'll not be focusing on him. Outlap for Heavy T. Maritz Hay will be obviously coming in. Mark Hanley I don't think is on a lap. Sobekore is the only one on a lap as far as I know. He's faster than he was previously, so he is currently on for at least 9th. If he can improve anywhere else, he could advance another few places. Cutting through turn number 10 is the optimum move. Number 11, very tight, very tricky. Oh, look at that. You can look at the technical side. This is pretty much technical porn for all you enthusiasts of Formula 1 out there, including me. Can't wait for 2022. That's going to be expletively crazy. Yeah. I have to keep it family friendly, boys and girls. And it's not political correctness, it is common sense and professional. Have to be with the consensus. And oh, a nearly wide there from Sobekore. Luckily keeps in bounds. Well, according to PSGL that is. And he crosses the line and goes 7th. Oh, we've lost Dovey! Dovey has had connection issues. That's not good. Apparently there's been a glitch reported by John Evans about if you join the session midway through, there could be a time glitch with the timer. It could go back to 18 minutes apparently. This is unrealistic since Haas is actually doing well. Well, it's the American dream. The Americans always do good at the American track. So there. Oh, and they probably do good at the Russian track and the Saudi Arabian track as well, which we will be going to in Season 30. Jeddah is projected to appear, subject to confirmation. Heavy T goes 7th with a third of a second time faster. Everyone about to begin their final gamble, final hot lap, final chance to impress. Carl says has not had a good exit out of the final corner. Gonna be a big ask from there. Where's he gone? AMS on his final chance, his last chance to get up there, beat the Hasses and put a stop and wake up Haas's American dream. Wake up Haas from their American dream. Please help me. I am self-deprecating myself at this point, but AMS is definitely not. He's faster in the first sector, but not by much. 200ths. Pick up the pace, I'd say. It's very windy out there, by the way. Yellow flag in sector 2 should be William slowing down. He's on his outlap as well. He wants to set the bar even higher. 22 viewers, welcome to you all. I think you just come from the F13 stream. If you have, welcome. Who won the F13? Just let me know. Or is it not finished yet? AMS. I'm going to switch the camera here. Making his way down. Haas is thinking, don't you dare wake us up from the American dream. 60 seconds left. Or in American terms, 15 feet left. Because they still use Imperial. So Corey's had enough, he's went into the pits. And retired. AMS coming around the final. Oh my goodness, how did he not invalidate there? That was so close. And comes around the final corner and goes third. He can't end the American dream. He can't wake them up. He is third. He still has another chance, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. I'm looking for someone to go on board with. There is an AlphaTauri of Bowers who hasn't set a time all session. He's about to now. Please don't validate. He does not. Final corner now. Crosses the line, goes 10th. 4 seconds remain. As James W has started to have connection issues again. Tambar is 5th with a 165. I do believe J Raby is coming around. James W has joined again. J Raby needs to set a fast time. This is very important. Oh, hits the sausage curb. That ain't going to do him any favours. Round the final corner, he's definitely not fast enough. Only goes up one place. He starts at the back row. Row 8. Anyone gonna beat that time? Willem Vachur is trying to set it even worse. Moritz Hayes given up. That's not good for his defense of the championship lead. Rick Diver is invalidated. What's Calceds up to? Comes around the final corner and he goes third. He goes ahead of AMS. But now, the question is William Vachur not? No, he's not. He's not improved. So this gives Evil chance to strike while the iron's hot. Can he set the best time? Yes, he can! By 19 thousandths of a second, he takes it from his teammate and says, nope, anything you could do, I can do better. AMS pulls into the pit lane. It's the end of the session. Unless Bowers has a last gasp pole position. He's not. He is absolutely slow. He's coming in slow. So, Evil Chris, like the devil he is, has taken pole position from his teammate, Willem Vachur. 19 thousandths. My goodness me. Alright. This is unrealistic. The American dream is on, ladies and gentlemen. Get your patriotism into the chat immediately. Oh, sorry, Tarzan's left the session now. This is horrible. J-Raby is absolutely angry. William is very unhappy. He was up a quarter of a second. My goodness me, he would have blown Evil Quiz's time out of the water. Instead, he has to settle for second best and the dirty side of the track. There is your lineup. For some reason, Tambar's tyre is not showing up. I do believe he did this on the softs. Top 10 will have to use the tyres they used to qualify. Bottom 6, anyone outside the top 10 will get a free choice. And we'll be back in a moment with the race. Three rounds left in the championship. Just waiting for all the drivers to join. Alright, we're ready. Alright, we are ready to go. Very nice and sunny here today. As Norberto is currently on pole position, but that could change in F2 PC. I'm keeping track of it right now. I'm going to turn the quality down so it doesn't ruin the stream. John Evans cannot improve on Norberto's time, so that means, unless Desilewski or Smith or Laverty, or even Caden and Dylan spoil the party, then Norberto will be on pole. Let's hope that Megan Thee Stallion is not on the grid. But let's hope Shaquille O'Neal is driving the safety car. Let's get the US Grand Prix in the virtual world, F12, underway. That is wrong. I think there'll be just one stop. Ignore the tyre strategies predictions. They're more wrong than Michael Fish during the weather. As James Dovey has not got off the line. This is not a good start for James Dovey. Come on, James. Move, boy. Ah, there you go. Team's finally making his way to the... And he's left the session. Oh, God. That's not a pretty sight. This is the worst situation for James Dovey possible. He was the host of this session, I should say. Karzan needs an invite. Hold on, everyone. I can't invite. Brilliant. This is brilliant. I can't invite. I'm trying to invite Sal Karzan to the game. This is a real shame for Karzan. I can't invite him. It comes up with an error has occurred. Yeah, it doesn't know why it's doing that. I think we might be looking at a restart here. because James Dovey is gone, Karzan's gone. This is not looking good. I think there might be a big desync, which is a real shame because the game always does this for some reason. James Dovey making it way to the grid, but the problem here is that he has Jirebe behind him, and if Jirebe hits him behind, this is going to be catastrophic. So James Dovey is finally on the grid, well, his ghost is anyway. Right, lights are on and we are underway. Now, has Jirebe got away cleanly? James Dovey's has. I was worried about that, but they're coming up to the first corner. It's free wide into the first corner. Calta is trying to wake everyone up from the American Dream, but have kept it alive. They're not waking up from it yet. I'm going to keep using all those puns, and we've lost Mark Hanley. He's spun off. And as you see, James W and Sarah Karzan getting very ghostly in there. So Mark Hanley has spun around, and look at this. Willem has already built up a 9/10 gap. The gap behind Evil Chris is about just under half a second as they make their way around turn number 11. As there seems to be some glitching, of course. But look at this. Jirebe trying to overtake James Dovey, who's just rejoined the session. And so is Sarah Karzan. Sarah Karzan has finally got control of his car. So looks like normal service has been resumed for the meantime. Jirebe needs to make up all these places if he's have any chance of winning this championship. Because this is the first of the final 3 races. Karzan hasn't joined a session yet, it seems like. Right, he's rejoined the session now, and he's in 14th right now, as they come to the first corner once again. There doesn't seem to be a gap between the top 5. I don't know why that is, but anyway. Martse right behind AMS. These are title rivals now, so if something goes awry, it could mean catastrophe for either of these drivers. But Martse is going to try everything in his power to get past AMS as soon as possible, as they make their way through turn number 11 again. Right at the top of this course. No DRS until the next lap, as there doesn't seem to be any intervals. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. What has happened there? It looks like Volcano triggered the yellow flag. He's got no wing! He's got no wing! He's got to be very careful how he navigates these next few corners then. Mark Hanley's still way behind, as the top 5 making their way through turn number 15. And now number 16 through 18. Volcano will have to pit. Martse right behind AMS. And so is his teammate Sobikori, as they make their way around to start the 3rd lap of the race. A 1 second lead already for Willem Verture. Sorry about that. Martse right behind AMS, and he wants to make a move, but he isn't going to get it there. And he's got to be very careful. Oh, right behind AMS he is. Now, turns 3, 4, 5 and a 6. You've got to be very careful through here, especially when racing wheel to wheel. I can't imagine wheel to wheel racing through there. Imagine what it'll be like in Jeddah! And that's in 2 weeks, by the way, in the real life one. Next season for PSGL. Doesn't be any moves up front. Oh, there is actually. It's Heavy T and Wreck Diver. And Heavy T has made a move into 8th. Look at this DRS for Marte. AMS has nowhere to go but down the order. Marte into 5th, and this is very good for his title chances. Look at this, a battle for 8th place between Wreck Diver and Heavy T side by side, but Heavy T with great defense reflexes has kept his position for the meantime. Tambar is in 4th and chasing for the podium spot that Calces is currently holding as they make their way through these 3 turns of turns 16 through 18. Turn 19 now, and doesn't seem to be much change either. 3/10 the gap. Calces has the DRS on Chris, who has been lagging behind for a while. Chris does also have the DRS though, weirdly enough. Side by side in the first corner, Evil Chris trying to cut off Calces, but Calces says, no, I'm taking that. And for sure, sorry, Chris has fallen from 1st to 3rd in 3 laps and a bit. So Ventura has redeemed himself from his qualifying mishap. Tambar right behind Evil Chris. Evil Chris is starting to suffer. I don't know what's going on. Is he not conserving his tyres as much as these others? He will have the DRS, but so will Evil Chris as he makes the move down the straight, side by side. How will this end? Coming to turn number 12. Braking as much as they can. Evil Chris trying to fend off Tambar. They're still side by side coming into turn 13, and Chris is going to try and hold off Tambar, who's on the outside, and he's going to have the inside at turn 15, and that will give him a head start into turn 15, and he will take the podium position from Evil Chris. So this has not been a great start from Evil Chris at all, but he's going to try and come back and fight back and get the DRS on this next part, but so will Tambar, because he is just behind Calces, and that's going to be his next opponent as Ventura will kick off lap number 5. Tambar going to the inside further than Chris, so that means he gets less drag, does Chris. Marte, oh my goodness me, he's made a fumble of that. And look at this, AMS is right behind him. And was going for a move out of turn number 1, but it didn't look like he was going to get it. He's going to wait in the wings though. He has turn after just turn number 11 to make a move. We have to be careful here. There's risk of many retirements here. So all the finishers may receive points here. Yes, you have to be... Love the chewed ice as co-host. What do you mean the chewed ice? I do not know what that means. Rick Diver has dived his way into 8th place with a move on Heavy T at turn number 11. Marte cannot find anywhere close to Chris as they make their way to turn number 12 for the 5th time today. And Heavy T and Bowers now clashing. Heavy T is starting to lose positions here, and he doesn't want to be doing that. But he defends very nicely from Bowers, but Bowers ain't finished him yet. He's going to move on the inside. Oh, very sneaky, very nice. A very nice move from Bowers, and that takes him up to 9th. Heavy T now on the edge of dropping down at the points. But no worries, James W is 2.7 seconds behind. So nothing to fear of just yet. As we begin lap number 6. Tambar 3/10 behind Calces. Any moves? No. Sobikori has AMS in a McLaren sandwich. Oh, don't cut the corner, Sobikori. Oh, I told you not to, and what have you done? You've got a 3-second time penalty. I'm sorry about that. Marte, though, his teammates right behind Evil Chris, who has just been falling down the order in a matter of laps. This could be another one. 4 positions lost in 6 laps. That is appalling by his standards. But his teammates just pulling away ever so slightly. He's now 2 seconds ahead of Calces in the Ferrari. But make that Tambar. Tambar is going on to the inside off Caltez and nicely through into turn number 12 and second place. Kiribe's made a spot up. Will Caltez do the cheeky dive into turn 15? No, he will not. He will just keep himself in shape. Martz Hayes right behind, no. Evil Chris. I should have actually mentioned the tyres. I didn't mention the tyres. Jay Rabe and James Dovey started on mediums. And Caltez and Evil Chris's pit. He's going to do the undercut. Very interesting from the Haas driver. Of course, his teammate is in the lead. Let's see what he will go on. Oh, interesting. It's another set of softs. So he's going to do the two-stop. As he have them on. Don't worry, that always happens. Karzan has just lost position, I think. No, he did not. He did not lose position. Nurshik and Marcanley on hards, and Volcano now on mediums after pitting. Evil Chris, of course, has just pit. Bowers started on softs. Wreck Diver started on softs. So I do apologise for not bringing up the tyres. Wreck Diver getting up close to Sobikori. 4 attempts to gap. Also 4 attempts to gap between Sobikori and AMS as they make their way through turn number 12 again. Before 13, 14 and 15. .25% of the race complete, and Sobikori is coming into the pits. It's like he is going to go on to a new set of tyres, and that will be the mediums. So a bit of deviation from what Evil Chris was having in mind. Martz Hay still 3 tenths behind Caltez. He will want to make a move now, though. As you can see on the bottom right, look at his tyres. They've got up to 110 degrees. Absolutely scorchio. Good luck trying to cool them down without a freezer. They've reached boiling point. Of course, they have cooled down now. Oh, Sector 2, we have an incident. It is Nurshik. He spun at turn number 8, turn number 9, and he has fallen down to 14th. So not what Nurshik wanted at all. Martz Hayes still behind Tambar Caltez. See, the problem of his situation, he's right behind Caltez, but Caltez having the DRS. Oh, never mind. Martz Hayes going into the pits. Now, where will he come out? Will he come out ahead of Evil Chris? Also pitting is AMS and Wreck Diver, so the 2 championship contenders pitting. Mediums for Mart and hards for AMS. Very interesting. Now the question is, where is Evil Chris? Oh, he's well ahead of Marte. Well ahead, and he's right behind Karzan, who is in 8th. Mart has just come out ahead of his teammate, and 4 seconds behind Chris. But by the looks of this, Evil Chris will have to pit again. Marte could get to the end of the race if there's a safety car, or he could just play it safe and go soft in his final stint. Five attempts to gap for second place. 8 laps on the softs. Surely they're going to be screaming for grip right now. AMS has lost a position to Wreck Diver. He's on the hards though, so it doesn't look like he's going to be pitting again. Now, what is Vichur going to do? He's going to come into the pits. Tambar staying out. Caltez 2. No bueno, says James Dovey and Heavy T for tyres. Not yet, so Willem Vichur needs to have a good one here. Oh, hello! He's going to hards, okay. Very interesting. And he comes out behind his teammate by 1.7. And Evil Chris is 3 tenths behind 6th place J Ray Bay. And Vichur has just got a 3-second penalty, so this isn't helping him at all. Evil Chris jumping his teammate once again, and he looks like he's found his form again. As J Rabe has been on those tyres for 9 laps. I tell you what, he's held on very well. But it looks all inevitable now. He might have to give way to Evil Chris. And he breezes past with relevant ease. And big lock up from J Raby. And 6th place is now his. But look at this for the top. Are these two going to pit? Tyres must be off the cliff right now. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness me. And Calquez dives in late to the pits. Tambar had a big slide out of turn 19. So they come into the pits now. After 10 laps on these softs. Bowers is staying out. Very interesting. James Dovey, of course, is staying out. He's on the mediums now. What are they going to choose? It's mediums for Calquez and mediums for Tambar as well. Heavy T, I think he could get to the end of the race. Where's Heavy T? He's putting on the hards. Okay, he's playing it safe. Very interesting. Then again, I always say very interesting. Well, look at this! Sure! And Moritz Hay battling very hard for 5th place. Moritz Hay isn't finishing him yet! What are you doing? Give me a better angle. This could end in tragedy if neither of them backs out. But he does. William backs out. That was a horrible camera work. Codemasters, do better. And now Evil Chris has a penalty. So both Haas drivers with 3 seconds of penalties. Sorry for that. That was just horrible from Codemasters. But that's not surprising. Anyways. Calquez has come out in 9th. Tambar right behind him in 10th. Oh man. This is... It's going to be chaos as they make their way through. As Martin still battling with William Ventura. William Ventura is through. What's happening behind them though? Any change in the pecking order? No. Not yet anyways. William Ventura has made his way past Moritz Hay by the looks of it. So... we look at Calquez. Lap 11 coming up to lap 12. I don't know, want to know what Calquez is going through. He's got Tambar behind him. And Wreck Diver ahead. And that's not really going to help him. Wreck Diver now trying to make a move on Sobikori, but he's too far behind to make a move. Willem Vichur and Moritz Hay still battling side by side coming through turn number 1. Sorry for cutting late to that, but right behind them, right behind Willem Vichur on Moritz Hay. But look at this, G Ray Baby's up front, he's going for a move in turn number 6, are you kidding me? Turn number 7, they're side by side, what are these two on? Surely someone's going to back out now before it's too late. And Moritz Hay has pushed him off just like Max Verstappen would. What is this? These two are not giving each other an inch at all. And Jarabe's right behind him. This could be a spectacular conclusion to this battle. DRS is enabled for dual drivers. We look at Willem Venture's front view, but J-Rabe has got Morte behind him. And my goodness me, what the hell? Where did you come from? There's damage for a driver. I think it might have been Morte. I think he might have damage. Surely something came off a driver there. And Will Ventura spun! Will Ventura's out of the race! Oh, what a shame. What happened there? It was turn 15. Just before turn 15. Turn 15. And there's so much going on right now, I can't even tell what's going on. There's battles happening everywhere. They're battling. It's Calquez and Sobekori going at it at turn 20. Sorry if I'm saying random stuff. I can't even get it through my head instantly. Rick Diver and J-Rabe going for 4th place. Calquez going for 6th place. But he loses to Sobekori, and now Tambar's losing places as well. What is going on? These drivers are so right next to each other. J-Rabe goes wide. J-Rabe goes wide. What's happened? Has he got damage? I think he might have damage. He just backed off out of turn number 2. And Sobekor is right behind Tambar. My goodness me, the demise of William Ventura has started a rapture here in the United States, as Harold Camping predicted. I'm not joking, by the way. AMS right behind Sobekor. He's looking for a move for 7th place. Is he going to get a move? No, he is not. He's going to get an opportunity. Calquez right behind Rick Diver. Calquez pitted 2 laps later, so he's got fresher tyres. Evil Chris is just storming it on the softs. Of course, either the soft strategy. He will have to go mediums surely. Oh, he's gone very wide out of the final corner. That's not going to help his track limits record. Let's see what's happening behind though. Rick Diver has Calquez in his wing mirrors, but he has Tambar in his wing mirrors as well. Tambar right in the back of Calquez, but no change in the pecking orders as yet. Coming into turn number 2 and now turn number 3. We did see a lot of battling between Ventura and Marte. What will happen between these two? My goodness me, Tambar very close to Calquez into turn number 7. But no incidents to report to the stewards as of yet. No one to claim compensation. Oh. Gotta be very careful at turn 11 there. Too much traction control. Too little, well, too much traction, that will get you spinning. And Calquez going for a move on Rick Diver, this for 4th position, but look at this, Tambar's going in for it too! Tambar has just taken Rick Diver down to 6th. So Rick Diver really falling down the order, just like Evil Chris did in the early stint of this race. Now Tambar is going to go after Calquez again. Just like he did in previous scenarios. These two battling out like 2 old mates. And they are. Halfway through the race now. Insert... Is it Bon Jovi that sang it? Insert Bon Jovi reference here. Tambar in 5th right now. Needs to make some ground up on Calquez. Oh, Calquez has made a mistake! And he has to sacrifice 4th to get himself back on track, and 5th as well. That is a disaster for the Ferrari driver. And now he's going to have Sobekor all over him. And AMS is going for him too. Calquez really struggling here. Sobekor has a chance to strike while the iron's hot, but looks like Calquez has got away better. But Calquez also has the DRS, so it's not going to be very easy for Sobekor. I don't think he's going to get a chance to move. The answer is no, he is not. Just a reminder, if you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. Unless you can't. I can't click any more subscribe buttons for some reason. I'm subscribed to too many channels. But please subscribe to PSGL to keep in touch with all the latest racing. Click the bell icon as well, so you can get all the updates, all the notifications on what's going to be happening. Like this battle, AMS and Sobikori! But they're too far behind. Calvez, though, going for Wreck Diver, but not close enough. But yes, you can also follow the Twitter page, which is Premier Sim GL. You can also join the Discord server where you can catch up with everything PSGL. And of course there's a website, which, let's be honest, nobody's going to use a website anymore. Social media has taken over our lives. Gone are the old days where you just used the website to look at stuff. Remember the old Space Jam website? Yeah. Right behind Sobikori is EMS, who's looking for a move. Wreck Diver's been notched down to 6th again by Calciez. So if I couldn't catch that, I thought this was more important because this is a championship challenger. Moritz Hay is in a really good position to extend his championship lead tonight. Sobikori has gone wide while battling with AMS. Battle for 5th still going on between Calciez and Wreck Diver. Jirabe's just... He's done 15 laps on these mediums. Is he trying to do medium soft? That would be spectacular if he pulled it off, and if he pulled it off flawlessly. And Evil Chris is coming to the pits for medium tyres by the looks of it. James Dubby is also on medium tyres. Is he trying to get to the same strategy that J Raby is thinking of? So medium tyres for Evil Chris. Of course, you have to use 2 different tyre compounds in a race. You don't. You're disqualified unless it's raining, which it is not. Unless you paid God to manipulate the weather. Ain't happening. And you can't do that anyway. I'm not going to even explain the weather system. And Nurshik has spun at before turn number 2 and has lost 14th position to Volcano, who's just had a bad day at the office today. He had damage, he lost his entire wing, he had to come in for a new nose cone, and has been stuck there ever since. Opening melees, if you get hurt in the opening melees, it can really cost you dear, even for the rest of the race. It's not what you want. Play it safe, get it done, and make the moves. Make the moves when it's necessary. Not a safety car in sight today. Now what's James W going to do? He's going to stay out. My gosh. How long do these medium tyres go on for? Tell you what, I'll be very impressed if he managed to pull this off and get a decent result. Same goes for J Rabe, who's just been staying out the entire time. No one on softs anymore, but I'm sure these guys are going to be on softs very, very soon. Looks like they've all spaced out a bit. Only people I see in DRS are those from 5th to 7th, but they're nowhere near each other. Sorry if I'm not saying much. I probably wouldn't be saying... I probably would be silent if there's just one here. If there was 2, I'd be talking along with them or have them talk with me. So Bikori is feeling the heat because he knows who's coming behind him. It's AMS! AMS going for 7th place onto the inside. F turn number 12, and he's done it, and a nice slide from Sobikori. That ain't going to do him any favours. AMS into 6th. Very nice move from the driver on hard tyres. You'll get to the end of those. Now, what's James W doing? He's going to pit now, because remember... Yep, he's going to pit. He is going to pit for soft tyres, I presume. Bowers, of course, did, I believe, 11 laps on the soft tyres. Or was it 12? I can't remember. But anyway, the one stop. Is it going to pay off in dividends for James W, though? Because he's got to make his way up through the order like he did earlier on. On come the soft tyres. And he's away. Where's he going to come out? 10th, I presume. Yes, 10th. Just behind Heavy T and Evil Chris, who has just pitted for mediums. And J. Rabe is pitting for softs. So he saw what James W has done, I think. And Volcano is also going on the softs. 4 drivers on softs now. Let's see what James W can do with the super duper mega uber soft tyres. Well, they're not, but compared to the rest of the field they are. Did you know that the McLaren series Tuned predicted that ultra soft tyres would appear in 2017? I'll explain later as Heavy T makes a move on Evil Chris, who's just been falling by the race side all day long. And he's on used hards, it's incredible. But let's see what Evil Chris has to say about that. He's still battling with him. Round the outside he goes. And dippity-doo and 8th. What's Heavy T saying? Oh, no, you don't. I want that back. Sobicorius come into the pits for soft, I presume. Back to this battle. James W waiting in the wings, waiting very patiently. He's licking his lips. He knows what's going to happen. It's going to be an all-out slugfest between Sobicori, not Sobicori, between Heavy T and Evil Chris. Damn you, Sobicori, you made me confused. Don't pit there again. But yes, there was ultra soft tyres. There were purple tyres that we were testing in the garage in the Tuned series. And funnily enough, a few years later, out come the ultra soft tyres, which are purple. I think they were pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well, which is pretty cool. And that was not going to happen anymore because they had Hypersofts. James W now right behind Heavy T. Meanwhile, Tambar has went into the lead. Moritz Hay has lost the lead by the looks of it. I completely forgot there was a battle going on at the top. James W makes his way past Heavy T. He's got 9 laps more to get past the other 7. I'm going to turn the leader on. But Tambar has 3 seconds, so Moritz Hay still on course to win here. James W, of course, is 15 seconds behind, and if he can make up these 15 seconds, that would be very spectacular indeed. As you can see, he's making up so much time. He's already 15 seconds behind. Under that now, Evil Chris knows what's coming to him. Evil 7 Chris in position number 7, and 7 times 2 seconds behind Tambar. James W has just set the fastest lap. That is absolutely no surprise. His pace is immense. He'll have much better pace here at the S's, but he's got to be careful. He needs to conserve these tyres. He warms them up too much and uses too much oomph around the curves. They're going to harm his tyres. Gap seems to be building up between the two. Mark Hanley's come in to pit. No retirements apart from William Ventura as of yet. No safety car, virtual safety car, so I'm very impressed these drivers are keeping it clean today. But here comes James W recovering from his connection issues, and he goes into 7th very nicely from Evil Chris. And now the chase is on. He's got fresh air in front of him, clean air in front of him. he has nothing much to worry about until he gets up to Bowers. Meanwhile, Calchez is 8 tenths behind Marte. And Evil Chris has got a penalty to boot. He now has 6 seconds worth of penalties. Sobakori also has 6 seconds. The other with penalties of 3 seconds. And James Dovey now goes a 1:34.5. But never mind. Sobakori says, okay, I'll just blow this one out of the water. 1:33.64. And he is on course for the fastest lap point. He is in the top 10. .13 seconds is the gap now. You know what? I could actually see him somehow getting to the line. You never know. It's all about how he navigates this. He's got to make up 3.4 seconds. The last thing any of these drivers want is a safety car. That will turn the race on its head. James Dovey could take the lead. That is if he can hold everyone else from a 2-lap shootout. John Evans is still leading at F2 PC. They're just about on the same page as us. Sam Corby and Can Akinci have DNFs though. .2 seconds the gap now. James Dovey is absolutely storming. Breezing across the track with finesse. Time is money to him. 1.9 seconds. Surely now he's got to make the move in a couple laps. Calchez right behind Marte. Marte doesn't want to lose any points. He'll cross the 100 barrier with a second place finish, and in fact a third place finish as well. And the flag in sector 1, I do believe that is Karzan and Jay Rabe right behind him. This has not been a great day for the Aston Martin driver. It's not been a great day for any of Marte's challengers. They're falling at the wayside, and Davey W is probably watching this right now. Oh, hold on! Marte has just been passed. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Caltez now in the second place. Tambar still in the lead of this race. James W 1 second behind Bowers, and he's making up more time. Under the 1 second now. What will he do at turn number 15? A lot of more time gained. This guy showing why the soft tyre is superior here in the closing stages of this race. Bowers starting to feel like he is about to be overtaken, and he's doing everything he can to keep him away from his 6th place. But surely he's got to make a move. Bowers goes to the inside. James Dovey goes and follows the leader. And he's going to go on the inside as he thought about it, but he decided, nope, I'm just going to stay behind you. And this is not what James Dovey wanted. He needs to get a move on. Tambor has a penalty, remember, so he needs to be 3 seconds clear of anyone else, or Calcez is going to win this race. AMS is right behind Wreck Diver. Sure, there might be moves happening there. James Dovey needs to make a move. He's getting a lot of dirty air in front of him. The last thing he wants is Bowers in front of him. Turn 11 now. Bowers surely has to give in eventually, because now James Dovey is going to have the DRS. Bowers moves to the left. James Dovey about to make a move. Bowers about to cut him off. But James Dovey says, nope, I'm just going to take a 6th place, thank you. And now he's storming ahead. Bowers tried to make a move on the defense. AMS was trying to make a move on Wreck Diver, but he hasn't yet. Going to keep tabs with both of these battles. But James Dovey now trying to pull away from Bowers, and his next opponent will be this man, AMS, who is still on the back of Wreck Diver. This is not what he wanted. This is definitely what James wanted. DRS for AMS. Is he going to make a move on the inside at turn number 1? He is! Into turn 1 they go, and AMS is into 4th place. James Dovey catching up ever so slightly. Look at the gap! It's now 2.5. The hairpins are a real benefit to his tyres. It's where he makes up the most time, and it's where he is going to run ahead of his opponents. 2.3 seconds now the gap. This is magical. But I don't think he's going to win the race. It doesn't look like he's not close enough. 10 seconds. He's only made up 5 since he pit. 1.9 the gap is. He's really charging ahead. It's been a great race from him. He has started from 13th and could be on for big bucks today. As Wreck Diver thinking of a move, but he says no, not this time. 3 drivers have done 2-stop strategies. Surely the medium tyres are screaming for grip. James Dovey now 1.3 seconds behind. Any minute now you will be 1 second behind Wreck Diver, and you'll have DRS enabled. Not at this one, no, but of course the next lap, possibly into turn 11. 3 laps to go, and Tambar has cleared the gap. He is now in the driving seat to win this race. If he doesn't get any more penalties, then he will win by about a 10th, but Cal says is keeping it fluctuating here. But he's got Marte all over the back of him, so it's still anyone's race down to the checkered flag. James Dovey in 6th, right, 6 tenths behind. He is in the driving seat to take 5th. But looks like Wreck Diver will have the DRS going into turn number 11. How much time has Dovey made up? Not much, but it looks like the DRS doing its wonders once again. I don't think he's going to make a move here. Nope. He's going to have to do the dirty work around the twisty section. Oh, Tambar's really clearing it now. 3.7. Tambar cannot make any more mistakes though. James Dovey right behind Wreck Diver. And AMS starting to feel the heat too. Wreck Diver knows he's about to get past. Into the final turn once again. Evil Chris has another penalty. It's just not been his day. So is Sobakori. Wreck Diver has got DRS again, and Dovey still can't get past Wreck Diver. Three tenths the gap between Marte and Caltes. They might not be fighting for the win anymore unless Tambar makes a massive fumble, as they say in American football. But Marte right on the back, but look who's here! Here's Dovey! 3 tenths behind. Now 4 tenths, this is pretty much over. Tambar has pretty much got this in the bag unless he makes a mistake. Calquez has got passed by Marte again, that's 2 more points. But here comes James Dovey on the outside of Wreck Diver into turn number 12. No move from Dovey, but he's still going to try and make a move on sector 3. I bet you he will. Now Tambar needs to clean it clean again. For one last lap, he's coming around the final 2 corners of this penultimate lap to start the final lap, but I'm still keeping on tabs with James Dovey. Surely now he's got to make a move. It's AMS that's the problem. He's giving Rick Diver the DRS. It's not working. We're going to keep on board with Moritz Hay and Calquez, who still second and third. Tambar needs to keep it clean for one last ride. Oh, the gap's starting to fall now. Moritz Hay on 18 lap old tyres. My goodness, they must be screaming for grip. Tambar making his way through very nicely, but James Dovey is still stuck behind Rick Diver for 5th. Ah, and he's got a penalty to boot. Calquez has a penalty. Oh, that's the last thing both these drivers wanted. And even if he makes it through, he's not going to be getting any positions because he'll be stuck in 6th. Bowers has actually just passed. What? What happened to Evil Chris? What happened to Evil Chris? Something has happened to Evil Chris. And that's just going to end his day. Is he disqualified? What's happened to Evil Chris? Something has happened to Evil Chris. I have no idea what. Is he running out of fuel? That is not normal, but James Dovey has got past Wreck Diver, but it's not going to amount to anything as Tambar making his way around the final corner now. And he is going to win here in Austin at the Circuit of the Americas. Moritz Hay will finish 2nd. Calquez will finish 3rd despite the penalty. AMS will finish 4th. Wreck Diver 5th. James Dovey in 6th. Bowers in 7th. Sobekuri is definitely not going to be finishing 8th. That will be Heavy T. And Evil Chris, I think, has run out of fuel. What the? Why is he getting 10 seconds of penalties? What did he do? Something's happened to Evil Chris, but that's a real shame. He started on pole and he's going to be getting no points. I have no idea what happened. And Nurshik is battling with Mark Canley and he's got damage. Oh, don't do that, guys! Come on! That is just ridiculous. We've had a great race. Don't spoil it for everyone. Sure, it's good for the PR, but you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, and they've both gone messed up, turn 19. Nurshik will finish 14th. Mark Canley will finish last. What happened to... No fuel, says Evil Chris. Oh, he pushed too hard. He underfueled, perhaps. Oh, and I've just been given word that, as it stands, unless there are penalties, Aston Martin, as a result of these consequences, have won the Constructors' Championship, so congratulations to them. In F12, with 2 rounds to spare. But Moritz Hay has taken a big step towards the title of F12 with a 2nd place here as Tambar celebrates his victory. Congratulations to Tambar himself. So there's your results. The winner is Tambar of Norway. His compatriot finishes 3rd behind Moritz Hay. AMS in 4th. Wreck Diver in 5th. Dovey in P6. Despite that late run, he just couldn't get past. Well, he did, but he did get a penalty. Bowers 7th. Heavy T 8th. Sobekor in 9th. J-Raby 10th. Tower Karzan 11th. Okano 12th. Evil Chris with 29 seconds of penalties. Lost of fuel. Finished 13th. Nurshik 14th. Mark Ainley 15th. And of course, William Sure, both Hasses had the American Dreamers dreaming, but it turned into an absolute nightmare here at home turf. Guess that's what you get if you can't agree on a COVID relief bill. Sorry. Right, that will do it for F12, but I will just remind you of what the standings are for now. One moment, please. No SC, no VSC. Yeah, I wondered that. Thank you, everyone, for keeping it clean. Martz Hay is now on 103 points. Where did Jirabe finish? Let me just check, double check. That's horrible quality. Do better. Jirabe finished in 10th, so he's up to 91. AMS is now pulling ahead of his teammate Jirabe and is now on 96. Davey W is still stuck on 83, he's not here tonight. Bowers is now on 71. Drav's not here tonight. He's not been here for a while, actually. Even though he won 4 times, which is funny. Karzan should be on... well, he'll still be on 39. W now on 43. Tambar is now on 38, so he'll jump up a couple places. So yes, Martz Hay now has a 7 points lead in the constructors. Oh, and Sobikori gets the fastest lap. Congratulations to him. He gets his first points of the season. Well done. His first 3 points. So 7 points the gap between Martz Hay and AMS, with a win in our next race at Azerbaijan. And I do believe... 7 points. And if none of the other challenges finish 4th or better, then Martz Hay will win the championship. But of course, it's still all to play for. Needs a lot of ground being making from Jirabe, AMS, and Davey, who is now 20 points behind, but he's still in this championship. Anyone that is within 34 points is still in with a shout. Bowers is actually still in it mathematically too, but he will need a big miracle for that to happen. I'm going to just leave you here because of course I've got to go and watch some other stuff. I have been Otaku Logan. I want to thank you for watching tonight, and I will see you next week for the penultimate round. That is Azerbaijan. Oh, hang on. Actually, I might be wrong. One moment. Nope, I lied. It's a break week next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks for PSGL F12. I'm sorry about this, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.